And new tonight at 9, airplane maker Boeing, the center of attention at a Senate hearing in Washington.
That's right. The NTSB chair is telling members of Congress the company is not fully cooperating with the investigation into that Alaska Airlines flight where a door plug blew off after takeoff.
KCAL assignment editor Mike Rogers at the desk now. And Mike, you've learned this is not the first time Boeing has been slow to cooperate, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right, Juan. And Pat, you know, the NTSB's whole mission here is to figure out exactly why that door blew off that Alaskan Airlines. And they've come down to the fact that those 4 bolts that are supposed to hold that door plug in place weren't there. So now the NTSB wants to figure out who worked on the door at their Renton, Washington plant. Yesterday at a Senate Commerce hearing, the chair of the NTSB was asked if the NTSB is getting everything that they need.
We've asked for the records with respect to what occurred. We've asked for what shift it occurred on. We think we know what days the work occurred on, but that's only because of our investigators' work looking at pictures and emails to try to get to the bottom of that information. We don't have the records. We don't have the names of the 25 people that is in charge of doing that work in that facility. It's absurd that 2 months later, we don't have that.
Yeah, the chair there goes on to talk about some other difficulties they're having. They want all the documentation relating to the work on that door plug and who exactly was involved in it. They say that they are learning that the Spirit Aerosystems, a third-party manufacturer in this, the people that were involved aren't even their employees, they're contractors. They say Boeing is delaying giving them all of that information. Now, I want to talk about what happened in 2019. You'll remember the 737 MAX planes were involved in 2 air crashes overseas, which ultimately led to the deaths of over 300 people. After those crashes, there was a congressional hearing similar to this one, where they actually led an investigation to try to figure out what happened with Boeing. There was a congressman from Oregon who led that investigation who had similar problems getting Boeing to turn over the documents related to the manufacturing of the 737 MAX. Tonight I had a chance to talk to him about what his process was like dealing with Boeing and getting those documents.
It took months by the U.S. House counsel to negotiate with the Boeing, many Boeing lawyers in order to turn over the documents relating to the production of the MAX. It was very frustrating, but ultimately they did comply, produce very damning evidence, which I believe led to the criminal indictment by the Justice Department.
Yeah, you heard the congressman mention there that Boeing was actually held criminally liable for their role in the 2019 crashes. I did reach out to Boeing. Here's their response, quote, "We have now provided the full list of individuals on the 737 door team in response to a recent request. With respect to documentation, if the door plug removal was undocumented, there would be no documentation to share. We will continue to cooperate fully and transparently with the NTSB's investigation." You guys, it was just about 2 hours after the NTSB chair said to the senators that they were having trouble getting those documents that the Boeing turned them over to the NTSB.